welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie, and if you've been on the hunt for a soft glam look that is specifically for round faces, then you will definitely want to stick around for this video. And if you're new, at the end, if you like this video, then go ahead and click that subscription button and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of all of my future uploads. And without further ado, we're gonna jump right into this video. So I already have my soft glam eye look all done. This one I went a little bit cooler tone. I actually used one of my favorite ColourPop eyeshadow palettes, and it's the Star Wars Darth Vader palette. I mean, I just look at this and it's dreamy. For a soft glam look for you round face girls, you are not forgotten, I promise. I have a round face. It took me so long to figure out how to place my makeup in all of the right places so that I was chiseling my face and not accentuating my cheeks. First thing is we want to come in with some foundation and apply an even layer all over our skin. We want to give ourselves the most advantage possible, and that is by giving ourselves a clean slate. So we don't have to worry about any discoloration, and we can just start from scratch. Got my foundation all done. Now I'm going to come in with a little bit of concealer and conceal around my eyes to, again, keep building on that blank slate foundation. But you know what I mean, blank slate of our face here. Now, to put the last building block on our clean slate, we are going to powder, because when it comes to soft glam, I always think of very airbrushed, right? And then if you want that very dewy look, you know, go for it. This is just my interpretation of a soft glam look. I always like airbrush, and so what better way to do that than with powder, rather than using a matte foundation, which you could totally do that as well. I just find sometimes it can be a little drying for my face, and so I really like to control shine with powder rather than a full matte foundation. So that way, you know, I don't have to worry about putting on extra moisturizer or anything like that. This is where the fun begins, okay? We're gonna be coming in with bronzer, and I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer because this is a very subtle bronzer, and I can build it up as much or as little as I want. First, I wanna put it on my forehead, okay? I have a widow's peak, and so I need to really blend this into my hairline. And I'm gonna first tap so that I get that color payoff, and then I will blend around the edges with swirling motions. You can always fix up your hair afterwards. Having round cheeks means that you kind of also have a round jawline as well. My cheekbone is right here. Now, if I were to follow the natural cheekbone that I have, I'm really gonna be dragging my face down and accentuating the fullness of my face, okay? So I wanna keep this tightened up and thin, and I wanna keep it above my cheekbone when I come to put my bronzer. So really, it's kind of gonna be like I am applying contour, but a lot higher. Almost in the same place that you would put blush. Because if you're using a big brush like I am, then it is naturally just going to kind of migrate down here as it's naturally blending, which is okay, but I'm targeting it up here. So if it comes down here, then it's only getting a little bit of my cheekbone there. Do not come super far into your face, because you're going to accentuate the roundness of your face, and you're also going to bring that fullness to the front of your face. And we want to keep the fullness in the back of our face to really draw our face up, almost like we had a string and just went boop. Because by putting all of the color in the back part of my face, then I'm really giving myself this lifted look that we don't naturally have, but we can do that with makeup. The other thing with a round face, like I mentioned, is you might have a little bit more of a square jaw or a rounder jaw. You are going to want to come in with your bronzer or your contour, and not on your cheek right here, and not all the way underneath, but kind of like right in the middle where your jaw is. That's where you want to put your bronzer, and then bring it up. That way we're really drawing that line there and chiseling out our jaw a lot more. And then you can bring the bronzer down your neck so that you are blending that makeup and kind of back here into your hairline back here. When it comes to nose contour, I have done a few different types of nose contours, okay? What I've learned for round faces is that if you nose contour too much, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make your nose look really skinny and really small on your face. What happens if your nose looks really small on your face? It's gonna balloon your cheeks. You know, we don't want that. We don't want a Violet Beauregard here. Just a very subtle, nice, light contour, if you even contour. You don't even have to contour. I would say if you have extra cheeks and a small nose, then don't even contour your nose. If you want to contour anywhere, just contour right here. Just from your eyebrow to your nose. That's the only place you need to contour. Maybe the tip of your nose, right, to help it stand out. But really, don't contour too much, and really maybe don't even contour at all. When it comes to blush, there are so many, like a million different places that you can put blush. But again, like our bronzer where we packed all of the color back here at the back part of our face, that's where we want to put our blush too, to keep that elongation going with our face. Because if we put it all right here on the apples of our cheeks, that really cute, flirty, summery, sunburnt look right here in the apples and of our cheeks and right underneath of our eyes, that's going to bring the fullness into our cheeks. It makes you look more youthful and young, and it is a cute look for certain occasions. But if you are wanting that, little bit more lifted look, not quite so full cheeks, then you're gonna wanna follow this placement. I always start kind of like between my eyebrow and the corner of my eye. This little empty space, I'm gonna go straight down. And that's where I start my blush. And I bring it up first. And then I'll bring a little bit down. But I look straight forward as I bring it down, seeing, okay, where do I want to stop? Okay, I want to start maybe about like right here. But most of that color is going to be targeted right here. It's only going to be whatever is left on my brush to right there, so that I get this very even blend all over my cheek. First, start right here, bring it up, and then bring it down. I would bring just a little bit on your nose, so that one, you're tying your face together, and also you're kind of bringing your nose out from your face, so that your cheeks, they're not taking over your face as much, right? The color is back here, so the fullness that's all right here is very hidden because all of the color is targeted right here. And so if you put a little bit on your nose, then that's gonna bring a little more target to your nose. So again, it's kind of pushing back that fullness. And I also like to bring a little bit on my forehead, bring a little more attention to my forehead rather and like kind of the perimeter of my face, right? As if I were to wear a helmet just right here or a headband just right here, rather than the fullness of my cheeks right here. I did come in with a shimmery blush because I want to give myself some glow, all right? So we did powder to give ourselves that very airbrushed look, but then bringing in that glow from the blush is going to give us that very targeted, intentional glow. We're gonna bring in just a little bit more glow, but we're gonna do this very softly. And this is with the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, such an OG. And I'm going to target this right here in the corner of my eye, just right here, okay? I'm not gonna make a streak and bring it down my cheeks, because if I do that, that starts highlighting the highest point of my cheek, which, I mean, we always say highlight the highest point of your cheek, but if you start doing that when you have full cheeks, what's gonna happen? You're highlighting the fullest part of your cheek, right? At that top there. So we're gonna be more targeted, and again, focus that color right here in the outer corner of our eye. And what that does, again, when you turn your face, then that light is going to naturally hit you, and it's going to be a lot more of a targeted area that is just more beautiful, in my opinion. Or I guess a different kind of beautiful. And then I'm going to highlight up here, avoiding any full parts of my face. So you could put a little bit on your nose if you want, you could bring some on your chin, but really keeping it off of your cheeks. The last thing is lip liner, okay? Like our nose, if you contour too much, then it's gonna make your nose look really, really small and make your cheeks look really, really big. Now, if you have smaller lips, you definitely wanna use lip liner. and maybe overline your lips just a little bit. Give your lips the definition they deserve and to help them stand out from your cheeks, because the more features you can get to pop away from your face, to pop away from your cheeks, or like to pop more than your cheeks, then it's going to make those cheeks just kind of like fall off of you. You know, my cheeks don't look as full. The other features of my face are standing out so much more, or at least your eyes are drawn to those parts of my face so much more that you don't notice my full cheeks anymore. That's the idea of this. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and you were able to learn something, because us round face girls, we deserve to have some fun too. Now, if you have the combo like me of having a round face as well as hooded eyes, then you're definitely going to want to check out this video next, where I cover soft glam eyeshadow tutorial, and I'll see you in that video. Bye!